Yeah, sorry about that. This one, it's she's a bit of a filthy bastard, so if you got kids around, maybe just tell them to bugger off for a while, or choose another time to listen to it.
Yeah.
Or put your headphones on.
Yeah, it's filthy. It's one of the filthier ones we've done.
Yeah, this is a disclaimer, by the way.
Keezy.
It's a warning.
Yeah,
This is a warning.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Just delete it.
Yeah.
For all you mad bastards loving the Big Show podcast, get up even closer on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok, or raw dog it 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki.
Oh, and Happy New Year, everyone, eh? Happy New Year.
Old acquaintance be forgot.
That's what I've got too.
I've never known more than that.
I don't even know what that is.
And this will be very straight up here. It's not New Year's Day, but we're recording this for New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully everyone is having a great New Year's Day.
Well,
Where will you be, Mogi?
Wairarapa.
Okay, nice,
Oh,
Keezy.
beautiful. I will be in Siem Reap, Cambodia.
Very
Where
good.
have I seen that? Is that on a bottle of booze?
Potentially. It's where Angkor Wat is.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just be at home, probably
Jace, where
doing the
were you?
lawns
Are
or
you just
something.
at your place for New Year's?
Yes.
You're not going away or doing anything? Not to the batch?
No.
Why
No.
not?
Well, what happens is my wife's father and his partner,
Who own the badge?
who own the
They
badge,
park up.
they park up for like a month.
Good on them.
Ah,
Yeah,
bastards.
and so it's very selfish of them. But just taking it easy. But I'm all goods with that,
Yeah,
fellas.
yeah.
I'm going away later in the year. But how's your Christmas been? But we haven't had it yet.
Nah,
So
I'm
there's no
assuming it's
point.
been great, though.
Do you,
Yeah,
do you do a lot of reading over the break, fellas?
Yes, I do read a lot. Yes.
Traditionally, no, but I'm going on holiday.
Yeah.
I might take a novel with me and then leave it in my bag, not read it, and
Not
take
read
it
it.
around the world
Tell
and then
you
come
what,
home.
Would it be
Man,
like
oh,
a Wilbur Smith?
Probably.
Ben Stokes' book is a bloody good read, man. His autobiography.
Oh, I've got to
That's
get
more
hold
of
of that.
That's more of a Jace read than mine. To be honest, the last time I went on a trip and took a book, it was a Wilbur Smith book.
I used to love Wilbur Smith when I was like 14 or 15.
The only one of his I ever read was The Power of One.
That's
Yes.
Bryce Courtney.
Oh, is it
That's Bryce
is it?
Courtney. Yes,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
a
Well,
good
then I don't think I've read any Wilbur Smith. It was all very Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
And often quite a few sexy scenes in them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, adventure stuff.
So
yeah.
the first one of his I ever read was called River God. And the reason I loved it is because it was about ancient Egypt. It was set in ancient Egypt. And then the second book in the series was set in current day, well, probably in the 80s by the time it came out, going back to try and find the stuff from the first book from 2,000 years ago.
Right.
A tomb that was buried. Oh. And then they found it. And then this is a spoiler, by the way. They found it. And the millionaire evil guy who finds it bangs a chick on the sarcophagus. And it's just like, it is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Jason, I'm telling you a story. Stop watching the cricket, man.
Does he love it?
The cricket from weeks
No,
ago.
I was imagining banging someone on a sarcophagus.
They go through all these traps and avoid all these things.
So banging them in the esophagus.
No, on a sarcophagus.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Might have been
okay.
in the esophagus for a wee bit.
I loved Stephen King for the same reason because there was often, some rooting action going on. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind reading just a pure filth novel
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
and just reading with a rager.
Well, that was, of course, all the rage, wasn't it, Jason? You'll remember this, of course, the old forums, your penthouse forums. And they were a good read. So
they were a good read.
You would have your penthouse keys with your traditional, your articles and all that sort of thing, which you sort of skip past. So be your nutties, your nutty ladies in there as well. But there'd also be the forum, which is like a letter to the editor, which is kind of like... I was, my car broke down and I was driving to see my girlfriend in somewhere or other and my car broke down in the middle of nowhere. There wasn't anyone around. And after about an hour, a car pulled over and out stepped this beautiful woman. And it was just like, there's no way it happened.
Yes.
But my rager doesn't know that.
Exactly. They were fantastic.
Because you read them when you're young, it's like, holy heck.
Wow, yeah, totally.
I'd like to
Totally.
read one of those. Again, we should try it. That'd be great content for the potty.
God, it would turn into a filth. All three of us sitting here with a half mongrel.
I don't even know. Do they still even make Penthouse anymore?
I think they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Playboy, they don't.
You're right. They were fantastic.
They were really good.
Really good.
When you're a
read.
young fella like that, I mean, it wouldn't even stir anything in me now.
So would you
No.
read the forum to get yourself going and then look at the photos to...
No, I don't know, actually. I don't think I ever had that much of a plan around it. Because
Yeah,
I'm
so
trying to figure out why you'd be
I
reading
mean, I didn't get a penthouse and go, right, now what I'm going to do here is read the forum and then beat off to the pictures. It was just,
It had the instructions. It had the instructions at the start of the magazine. There, it says step 1, read the letters to the editor.
Yes.
Step 2, look at the pictures. Step 3, jacket.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki. The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
I can still remember the first nude woman I ever saw
Oh God,
was a penthouse that my mate Colin showed me, and I was too young to see it.
Right.
Because it was like quite a full-on image.
yeah.
And I was like 10 or something.
I think you're probably right. They're quite scarring, those
Yeah,
images.
because like
Yeah.
Playboy, hang on, Jace, before you one up my story. Playboy's tasteful. It's like them lying there looking all hot, blah, blah, whatever
Well,
it
it's
is.
not explicit.
Yeah.
Can I say
No,
that?
it's not
Penthouse is
explicit. It's
explicit.
soft core.
It is.
And then Penthouse is like, yo, here is a big old member doing some shit.
Yeah.
And my mate was like, hey, check this out, man.
Well, Penthouse was more the leg spread, but then there was another one which was Larry Flint. What was his one?
Oh, wasn't that Penthouse?
No.
No, that was...
The Woody Harrelson movie.
Yeah, that was the one where
Hustler.
they had Hustler.
Oh, Hustler.
That was the one where they had the sex scene.
Yeah,
Yes.
right, okay.
Yeah.
And I just, hang on.
I was just going to say,
It was
carry on.
scarring because at the time I was reading mostly like K-Zone magazine, which
And
is like
Tom
for
Hardy
kids.
and Famous Five and
Oh no, that's quite old now. But yeah, and then all of a sudden it's just like boom, check out this lady getting.
right.
You know what I mean? It's
I
like
had exactly the same experience with one of my... And I was about 10 too.
right, so it would have been like a scroll or something.
Yeah, well, and we had at our school, at our boarding school, we had what we called boot rooms.
Yep.
Where you'd keep all your boots.
Oh, like a mud room, what do
But
they
he
call
said,
it?
Jace, come and check this out, man. And it was a penthouse, and he showed me these pictures, and I still remember to this day just burning up with heat.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was feeling. I just felt really hot. But not, I don't even know that I discerned it as horny.
No.
Just that I felt really flushed and hot.
And then what do you do with the in the boot room there?
I don't
Well,
know.
then he
it
read
just
then he read the letters to the editor, and
Oh,
then
he
he
made a
looked,
little plan.
yeah, and then he.
beat off.
This is a great New Year's special, by the
But
way.
I don't think I was beating off
I
at
think we
that
need to put
stage.
a warning on the New Year's Eve.
Oh my god! What about you, Mogi?
What about me?
When was the first time you saw a
Yeah,
naked
I was
lady?
around about that age because my brother.
Did your dairy sell them?
Oh dear! Oh, probably, but I never bought them. My brother had a suitcase full of them. He
Sure.
found a suitcase full of them, like over at the college behind the. They had this wall. I don't know what that wall was for even now. But yeah, he found a suitcase. So he brought those home and chucked them up in the garage, out of reach. And so yeah, we'd sort of plough our way through those.
So good.
But
That's
yeah,
really
very
good.
young, too young to
Yeah,
have
to
any sort of
really-
idea what's going on. I do remember one occasion where my brother put on a porno,
Sure.
and there was like, I think there was 3 or 4 of us there. I was young, man.
This is a real Jackson
I
5 type
remember,
yarn.
man. I still remember where I was sitting in the room and everything.
Yeah,
So
up?
my brother. So obviously, we've absolutely got to put a warning on it.
Yeah, we do.
So
Especially given it's our New Year's fucking special.
I was going to have a resolution where we had to start talking less filth, but this is a terrible start.
Nah, this is funny.
So I got aroused and I had to rearrange myself because it was sort of, it was jutting.
Yeah.
It was jutting out. So
Anchorman style.
So my trick that I used to do when I was doing that at school, that would happen at school, which was, I'm sure it happened everywhere, but you didn't care as much as when it was at school, was I'd pretend I was tucking myself in. So I'd start at the back and I'd tuck my shirt in and I'd tuck all the way in, and that would allow me to grab myself and redirect it up under the waistband of your shorts.
Yeah, sure.
And so I did that, but I did it lying down. And my brother goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I go, "Oh, I'm just tucking myself in." And he goes, "Oh, why is your shirt still hanging out?" And I was like, "Oh, what the He got me. Well, yeah. Your brother's got a erection. You got to give him shit about it.
Jeez Louise.
Oh God, I don't Yeah, I've got to have a yarn to him about that. It was gold. He would not remember that.
Let's get him on the phone.
Oh,
I still remember a mate of mine was working for a video rental company. She's the same age as me, and she would have been like 18, 19 doing this part-time job. And she had to call people with late fees.
Oh, yeah.
And she called up this family house of people that they knew. And the wife answered the phone, and she's like, "Hey, you guys have got a DVD owing." And she's like, "No, we dropped all the DVDs off." And she's like, "No, trust me, you've got maybe just ask other members of your family." She's like, "No," and it's like, "Well, what's the name of the DVD?" And she's like, "Tits Ahoy 4." Okay, thank you. Bye. I was just like, Tits Ahoy 4. What a great name.
Oh, my God. Hey, Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year,
man.
everyone. Tits ahoy.
I hope 2025 is a ripper for you. We'll be back on the 13th.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
See you
man.
then, 4 till 7 on the Old Big Show.
Good shit.